Welcome back to the Root Crew. It's Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah, and so that's why Rauru is strictly the best furry in all of Zelda.
True. Those hips don't lie. What's up, chat?
Yeah, I was also collecting more of the towers. It looks like I have 4 to go.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like.
Yeah, Minna's hat slash part of her head or whatever protects you, gives you limited protection from the gloom, apparently.
Cool.
Yeah.
Not much point to wearing it up here. Okay, let's see. There's that tower over there.
Oh, and there's Nadra. Just flying on by.
So is everyone enjoying their holiday weekend?
I did. I had a friend over and we watched all of the Evangelion Rebuild movies.
Oh. I still haven't seen those. Were they good?
Did the
Yeah.
last one actually come out?
Yes.
Oh.
That's why I said we should watch them. Because he'd never seen an Evangelion, and I'm just like, I've been needing to find an excuse to watch the last movie.
Mm.
And so we watched 1 and 2 yesterday, and then 3 and 4 today.
Have you seen the original series?
Yes, I've seen the original series, I've seen End of Evangelion, and now I've seen all of the Rebuild movies.
Okay, so you know the deal. Cool. All right. Yeah.
I know the deal.
I was never a huge fan of Evangelion, but how do I put this? What's it called when you're like a fan of something, even in spite of like aspects you don't like?
A fan?
Fan? All right, fine.
I was
fair
gonna
enough.
say.
I think the other version would be called a devotee.
Okay, fair
If
enough.
they like everything about it, no, even the bad stuff, it's like, no, it's still good.
Well, without spoiling anything, there were definitely things I didn't like about Evangelion back in the day. Obviously, as with many things, I've just kind of like let go and decided not to give a shit. But I'm told that it's funny when Gurren Lagann came out. Some of my friends were of the opinion that it was basically an apology for Evangelion. But I mean, I feel like they didn't explain enough, and it was weird seeing some of the like casual imagery they would use, like the Lance of Longinus and stuff like that. Like I just thought it was strange. Then again,
Yeah,
I mean,
they use a lot of Christian mythology and
yeah,
Abrahamic mythology as sort of a backing device.
yeah, but in kind of a weird way. So it was just odd to me. Also, I didn't particularly like Shinji.
Nobody
I
likes
just-
Shinji.
Yeah,
Shinji's a bitch.
Is that the point? Like, are we supposed to not like Shinji? Is that the
Kinda.
deal?
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure. Because he's obviously supposed to be the audience surrogate.
Right.
But he's also a bitch. So.
I mean, I definitely okay. Sometimes, I mean, all stories are therapy, debatably, but like Evangelion really felt like therapy. Like the Hideaki Anno was just working shit out.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now you can do this one, Rick. It's Cork. What is Cork's biggest thing?
Wine?
Well, no. It's buoyant.
Yes. Oh, that's
It's
right.
very buoyant. It's violently buoyant.
I think they did that just because their buoyancy mechanic here is a little exaggerated.
Oh yeah.
Anywho, I'm gonna go. I was gonna say I'll go see it, because if it's in the theaters, I'll go jump on Crunchyroll and watch it when I get a chance. I'm assuming it's on Crunchyroll.
I watched it on Prime Video.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not in a huge hurry, but you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, Soldier Construct
It's
3.
funny because they have 1 and 2 follow the shows, and then 3 was like its whole other thing that like transformed the whole canon and stuff. And
Okay
then
with
4 kind of pulls it back to being like End of Evangelion.
All right. Well, I mean, I've been told that the ending of Rebuild is more satisfying than the original series, so that's good enough for me.
Oh yeah, the ending of the original series was like the worst thing because they ran out of money like with 3 episodes still to go.
Like, with a lot of TV shows, I'm very sympathetic if they run out of money. I was very sympathetic towards Steven Universe because they ran out of allotted runtime that they were allowed to do with that. I understand. But at the end of the TV show of Evangelion, I feel like they could have done better.
Yeah, it was literally like crayon drawings on white paper.
Yeah.
That's how the last like episode was. Like they were on not even a shoestring. They had not shoestring budget. They had aglet budget.
Because what I understand about that is that they had already animated the last episodes, and then the sarin gas attacks on the subway, Tokyo subway, happened.
Oh, okay.
And since Evangelion relied a lot on Christian imagery, and the cult that pulled off the sarin gas attacks was a Christian doomsday cult, they were like, yeah, we probably shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that part's
understandable
understandable
as well.
Yeah, so that part's understandable, them just pulling it already completed episodes.
Wow. See, I didn't know any of that at the time, you know, when I saw it in like, 98, 99.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is this?
That's like that's the same thing of like Metal Gear 2 getting delayed because they had to take out the things where it was the Twin Towers getting destroyed.
Right.
Or
Yeah,
like
there were
Manhattan or something was getting destroyed, and they're like, we can't do that.
there were a bunch of movies at the time where that happened, like Men in Black 2, the original Spider-Man, I think, where they had to do like there was either like imagery that they had to change because it involved, you know, planes flying in buildings, or just prominent stuff of the two towers that they needed to change because, you know, it just that wouldn't have been good right then.
There was some CG movie I remember them talking about that they had a plane flying towards the city, and they literally had to go back in and superimpose the plane instead flying between mountains instead, so they could remove that imagery.
Yeah. God, Miller, you weren't even. Were you? No, you were. Let's see, you're 20.
Oh, yes, that was Lilo and Stitch. Thank you, Siri Number Pa.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, you either weren't around yet or you don't remember it.
I was 5.
Oh, okay.
I remember, like, I could tell the tone of the news, and that the fact the news just, like, interrupted in the middle of I was watching, like, Elmo or something. And I could tell by the tone of the newscaster and the way my mother was watching it, and I was like, something is very wrong. I don't understand what's happening, but something is very wrong.
Yeah. That day sucked. I went into work at the arts work and nobody came in all day.
Yeah.
But they still made us work.
How dare.
Yeah. Nobody really wanted to be there, but like we were because ink and paint animation was still a thing back then. And because we were in like West Los Angeles, we were like suppliers to a couple of animations to do, so we needed to be open because we would have like corporate orders to ship out and stuff. Anyway, depressing.
Mm-hmm.
How's everybody?
Anyway,
doing in the chat
Evangelion
tonight?
rebuild movies. Yeah, they again get very much like the end of Evangelion movie. It gets very abstract at the end.
Yeah.
And it is also like way too exposition laden in like the last 30 minutes. It's like, all right, we got to explain everything that was just kind of like subtext.
Yeah, you know, Gainax for me has always been kind of hit and miss. They've had some great stuff, and they've had some kind of stuff. You know, I guess that's all studios, but that one when they were on, they were really on, and when they were off, they were just really off.
Which studio are you saying?
Gainax.
Oh, Gainax, yeah.
I don't know if the rebuild is still Gainax because Gainax.
I don't think so. I think it's something called Zonox.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's either a spinoff or like, what's Anno's own thing. Gainax kind of doesn't really exist anymore.
Yeah, most of the people who worked at Gainax, I think, work at Trigger now.
Yeah. Did you ever see Furikuri?
Fully Cooley? I did not.
You did not?
FL Seal. I have not seen that one.
You should watch that one.
You know, I've seen Panty and Stocking. I've seen Brand New Animal. I've seen.
I didn't like BNA. I mean, I wanted to like BNA, but.
How dare you, Jonas? You are not a true furry.
How can I not like the furry anime?
I didn't like BNA either. So.
Okay,
no, that's fair.
BNA started off good, but it kind of went nowhere, you know?
Yeah, it's very shonen.
Yeah.
Very of its genre, not groundbreaking too much.
Yeah.
And it does the same thing that a lot of that kind of anime do, where there's like little power creeps here and there, and it's interesting of like how their powers are going to grow, and then at the end it's just like, and I have a new power, 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 and it's just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. I was kind of spoiled by Furikuri and Gurren Lagann just because, like, it was.
I've watched Gurren Lagann.
What do you think of Gurren Lagann?
Oh, I love Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, it's great.
Taking the tobagu in the lagoon.
It's cuckoo. It makes it, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's the same way I like Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Like, it is insane, and that's the point.
Right. But yeah, it just like it didn't care about being anything. It just wanted to have fun and just be completely deranged and over the top, and sometimes that just works out well.
Mm-hmm. You can't do it while it's raining.
I can burn several of these while it's raining.
Well, some of them are partially covered.
So I need to cover it then.
Maybe. Yeah, Syrian Everpause says you begin to enjoy Gurren Lagann when you realize, oh, it's supposed to be insane.
Yeah, that, and it both pays homage to and makes fun of a lot of stuff, like previous giant robot mecha stuff, space opera stuff like Harlock. I mean, there's a lot of callbacks in that, many of which I don't even recognize. Like, there's one scene apparently in a flashback where you see some of the Gone Men from like ancient times, and one of them is just Mazinger, you know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I
until,
probably
like,
wouldn't have noticed that. I think I could tell if it was like Ultraman or something, but Mazinger, nah, that's like so far before my time.
Well, somebody did like a Reddit post, whatever, a Reddit post like detailing all of the references in that series. And,
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
That's both a love letter and a biting critique of those things.
yeah, which is awesome. That's the best kind of thing. Did you ever see Promare?
Sorry, which one?
Promare, Promare.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
I saw like half of Kill la Kill.
Kill la Kill's another one where I liked some things and some things got on my nerves.
Yeah, that's fair.
I loved Little Witch Academia. Did you ever see that one?
Yes. I saw the first season of that. That was very cute.
Yeah.
Pop Team Epic. Pop Team Epic is like the Family Guy of anime with how many references it uses.
Team Epic. I haven't heard of that one.
It's such a like troll shitpost show.
I've seen the characters.
Yeah, it started as like a panel on like or as a comic on like Tumblr or whatever,
Right?
And then it got approved for an anime.
I never knew.
And they made an animated version, and it's so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, there's a threshold for me about when it comes to parody. Yeah, I never knew what this was called, but I recognize the character instantly.
Doodle says Pop Team Epic is what happens when a something awful forum becomes an anime.
That's accurate.
More map data. You know, have West Necluda or East Necluda. The other Necluda.
So 3 left.
2 left. No,
Yep.
3
Oh,
left.
2 left.
I did not get
Okay.
the
Yeah, you
one
got-
of Lanrayo yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've got Akala, Gerudo Highlands, and Gerudo Desert.
Okay.
You're at the part of the game where it's like you have to go to the different areas, right? Like it's like you have like little subquests.
Yeah,
Noticing
this is like the.
island is just pouring water down onto the land right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
truck it
there's
in.
certainly no way to use that to get up. They certainly didn't establish that in Breath of the Wild.
I'm super sprawled out and lazy today. I'm just kind of like vegetating with my chair all the way back.
Yeah, so this is the main
right
sort of
there.
middle, I'd say 70% of the game is basically after you get the paraglider, and then you go and solve the 4 phenomena.
Right.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Phenomena.
Do-do-do-do.
Oh, star piece. Where'd it go?
I don't know.
There it is.
Oh shit. Is it? Oh.
No, I think it's gonna disappear when it hits the ground.
Oh shit.
Nope, there you go.
Nailed it.
Star fragment. Nice. Yeah, that honestly, the fact that they will like fall alongside you when you're diving at night makes it so much easier to get them. Because in Breath of the Wild, you would see them fall like on the horizon, and you'd be like, "Ugh, that's gonna be like a 20-minute walk."
Yeah. Well, I would.
That's why
I would
you're
attempt-
always on a horse in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, you can't just make a horse with your Ultra Hand or
Well, you
Insta-Build
could
thing.
eventually summon your horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, with DLC.
I think if I happen to see a star fragment, I would like run up to the nearest incline to the top of it, and just try and parasail down in that direction while simultaneously descending, and just hope I can land in a stable spot. But yeah, that often did not end well.
Actually says nice. I caught one of those mid dive one time. Yeah, I caught a couple like that. They very clearly kind of like stick with you. Like if you are diving, one will come to you like 2 meters to your side, and if you shift a little to the left, it'll also shift a little to the left. So like it kind of follows you a bit.
Yeah, have I gotten that one? Yes, I did.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You should have your picture in your album that you took of all the locations when you went to go find that with Impa.
Yes, I do.
So, Miller, what's an anime you really did not like at all?
What, in this game or like in any game?
An anime. Because we were talking
about
an
anime I didn't like. Oh,
yeah.
Let me think about that one for a second, because I usually I don't watch a lot of anime, so I usually only watch one that's been heavily recommended anyway.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like Naruto.
Yeah, like Naruto. Okay, that's fair.
I liked Naruto up until like the Chunin exams, and then I completely fell off after that. And that's only like what, first season or two.
I never really got into One Piece. Like, I'm not gonna be like, it's a bad show and people shouldn't watch it. But
I don't think I can get into any show that has over like 200 episodes.
Says, come on, Miller, where's your sense of adventure at bad media? Oh, I have a sense of adventure in all kinds of, or in media that may not be great. It's just, for me, it's not usually like anime or movies, it's video games. I could talk about video games I've not had a fun time with.
Go for it.
Let me look at my library real quick, because I think there's one I played a while ago. So this game is still in early access, but I'm just like on it, and it's Timberborn, which I bought it because it was a city builder that had beavers as the main character. You build in a post-human society where beavers have become intelligent.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's animal character, city builder. I want to play that, and I played it, and I'm just like, it's so not done.
You mean like it needs?
It's very bare bones.
Okay.
There's not a lot really grabbing me.
That's the issue with a lot of early access games. I am very hesitant to buy early access games unless I am positive that there's enough stuff in there to actually keep me interested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so variable sometimes. Because sometimes, because I play the V Rising, which is technically an early access, but that game feels complete. It feels like if they released that and they said, this is V Rising, I'd be like, all right, this is the game. Maybe we'd make some balance changes, but I wouldn't be upset if they didn't make any new content for it. They are still making content for it, but
at the same time, I did a while ago get Oxygen Not Included.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that game.
Don't like it? Okay, that's fair.
You know what? Me either. I tried it. I
realized immediately that I would not like this game when I realized that the central meta mechanic that they want you to revolve everything around is balancing the atmosphere. And none of the machines will do that for you. You have to micromanage it constantly. And I am not here for that.
Yeah. There is no, just make oxygen here, make hydrogen here, make carbon dioxide here. You have to literally build your base in such a way that, the different weights and densities of the gases will have them move into different areas. And it's just so finicky.
Yeah. The vigilance is not worth the payoff. It sounds like.
Yeah, and yeah, you very much get to a point where it's just like I don't like. Okay, I'm looking at it in my library. I have 40 hours in this game. I've tried this game twice. So 2 different times I put 20 hours into a settlement, and I just kind of bounced off it after that point. So I think there's some point around 20 hours where you start with just hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide, and those are fairly easy to filter out because hydrogen floats and then carbon dioxide sinks. And so you just kind of like build traps for each of those at the top and bottom of your base.
Mm-hmm.
But then as soon as you get into other gases like chlorine and stuff, it's just fucking over. I'm completely lost.
I see.
I thought it was
This is
I thought it
a
was
momentum thing.
Oh,
More
okay.
weight equals more momentum.
There you
More
go.
inertia.
I thought it was interesting from a science perspective, but I totally get where you're coming from.
Yes, it's an interesting gimmick, but it does not play well.
Almost.
Croquet.
There you go.
What else? Last Epoch is
Never
a
heard of that
game
one.
that I played recently that is it's very much trying to be another sort of Path of Exile. It's an ARPG
Nice.
that has like an infinite end game or whatever, but it does not grab me in the same way that Path of Exile has. It's the story, the characters, the environment, they just feel very generic. I don't know. There's something about Path of Exile having all of these New Zealand-based things that makes it actually very interesting for me, because I don't see that a lot.
Yeah.
Right? Last Epoch is just very bog-standard medieval fantasy stuff. But in Path of Exile, when you fight, a giant Samoan god warrior, that feels kind of unique.
Yeah. That's that's because so many games have gone to the well of like European myth.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's one of those like make what you know, right? The
Right.
Path of Exile is made by a New Zealand company, and so they have New Zealand cultural stuff in it, and it's like kind of cool.
Yeah. No, I'm 100% with that.
What else I got here? Vulcanoids was a sort of exploration, not city builder, but like base builder sort of thing, where you build a mobile drill base, and you go around this volcanic island where there's an eruption every like 40 minutes or whatever that sort of resets the landscape. And you have like a little story to follow in order to like find out why the eruptions are happening and save the island and have people move back and all this kind of stuff. It is, while it is complete, it again also feels like it's very simple and shallow. Like I played through that and I'm like, yeah, that's fine, I guess. I don't want to touch it again.
What games do I have that I did not like at all?
Farthest Frontier, another very sort of generic medieval city builder thing that just gets very nitpicky without being very rewarding. Industries of Titan is a sci-fi city builder. I play a lot of city builders. Is a sci-fi city builder that also gets kind of, you're spending a lot of your time just upkeeping things rather than sort of moving forward. Also, it doesn't help that there's a certain part of their logistics system where you need stuff to actually be moved around by hand or by car, and then the car road system just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So you have to have everybody walk every supply everywhere, and you just can't grow beyond a certain point because otherwise people are walking for days at a time.
Oh, by the way, Character Satisfactory is still early access. It's just both the work put into it and the directions of development are interesting to experience. So it's good early access, in my opinion.
Yeah, they've done the right thing, which is make the actual core gameplay mechanic their primary focus.
Yeah,
and then they've kind of been sidelighting the story until the end.
Yeah. I'm actually.
Which is fine.
I'm curious about the story, but like, it does not matter as much to me about as the actual process of creation. Just because
for game development like that, you want to get the feedback from people who care more about the extrinsic motivation, and so you want to develop those kind of gameplay systems first.
Yeah.
And then the people who want extrinsic motivation, like, as long as you have decent writing, you'll get it for them.
Yeah. I mean, the important... Okay, I feel like they know what the story is. Like, they have an idea of what the story is going to be, even if they haven't, like, revealed any of it. And I think when that's integrated into the development process, it does make a difference, you know? It feels more coherent, even if you don't understand what, like... You know, I'm going to assume that the Sommers loops and the Mercer spheres will be... Well, probably not. Probably just the Sommers loops. The Sommers loops will be replaced with something else. The Mercer spheres might be final assets, or close to it. Those things feel...
Oh, I'm pretty sure, knowing the kinds of games they've produced, Coffee Stain's produced, Summer Scoops being a cool S is going to stay in. Like, they are not afraid to make silly things in their game. Like, these are the same people that they built a tower defense game called Sanctum, and then they had a DLC based entirely around the Yogscast.
Nice.
He ate your elbow.
Valheim is one of the few early access games that I found to be good and supported.
That's half the utility of having party members, is that they're decoys.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's,
yeah, Valheim's also one that's pretty fun. I don't like the balancing. I think it's a little too hard right now. But that's fine. That could be like one of the last things they change. That's literally just changing some numbers around.
What are your ultimate thoughts on Cardkeeper?
Same kind of thing, I think. I think it's a little too hard. Especially solo. I think that's the big thing, is both of those games are really hard solo. Like, needlessly so.
I feel like they're hard because if you made them too easy, there wouldn't actually be a lot of stuff there.
I just feel like you can add... Okay, so here's one of the things I like that I've realized for Deep Rock Galactic, is when you're playing solo, you get Bosco, right? You have, like, the game is supposed to be tuned for playing multiple players, and even if you're playing solo, things still have less health, but there's still, like, utility and stuff that you lose. Bosco gives you that. I would like to see that more from these other kinds of games that are keyed into playing multiplayer, but you can technically play solo. I would like them to have more, like, AI companions that give you the utility you need from having multiple people.
That makes sense. Feed that
Haha,
sucker.
he ate explosives. Chaotic says I have this weird thing where whenever I start something, I have to finish it no matter how bad I find it to be. It's just a fear of, oh, but what if it turns out to be awesome? See, I don't have that same thought about games. Most games I've ever played usually kind of get less impressive as they go on.
Yeah,
the most fun of them is learning about the mechanics and the sort of discovery and toying with things and trying to figure it out. Like, that's the stuff I find fun. So
yeah, it often feels like with epic games, like the third act is the letdown. Kind of like a lot of shows, but
because again, it's always the focus is like what you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis in the game. For a show, the thing that they're focusing is on what's the premise that's going to make us have a new episode every week. It's not how does the whole thing end.
There are a few instances of planned out shows that worked out pretty well, like Babylon 5. Like, Straczynski apparently knew pretty much how it was going to end.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch B5?
I have not. I have not watched many of those space opera shows. The only one I've watched is Star Trek New Generation and Star Trek DS9.
You mean Next Generation?
Sure, that one. What else? Oh, Forest is also one that I don't like.
Forest.
The Forest.
Is that
which also
like...
got a sequel recently.
Oh, is that the zombie? No, not zombie. They're not zombies. They're like
No,
cannibals or
it's
something.
mutated cannibals on an island,
Yeah.
and it's a survival game.
Yeah, Rage and Mimics were playing that. At one
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
What else? Yeah, I'm looking through my Steam library here. Dyson Sphere Program is a game I haven't played in a while. Kind of waiting for that one to go 1.0.
Mm.
Which, excuse the name, it's a Chinese developer, and they very clearly do not have good translation.
That's common. I mean, you know.
There's a guiding character in the game, and it's literally text to speech. If you want to see if someone has played the forest, ask them about the baby cave. Oh, I know about the baby cave.
Baby cave.
It's the cave with all the babies.
Yes, I surmised as much.
No, it's what's a baby's favorite gymnast technique?
I give up. What?
It's the somersault. Where's the cartwheel? It's one of those. The babies in that game attack you by like rolling into a wheel, basically.
Oh, just like real babies.
Yeah. Dyson Sphere Program has a certain charm because of its awkward translation. Yeah.
Oh, this guy. That's right.
What about you, Rickard Jones? Is there any media that you've got qualms with? You want to air your grievances?
Recent or like from past eras?
Whatever. If you want to be like, man, Back to the Future 2 was dumb. And then we'll all burn you at the stake.
Let's see. I think of like back in the day, if there's anything in particular that bugged me. I'm sure there was. I've let go of a lot of stuff because, like, you know, you just gotta kind of, yeah. Boy.
Oh yeah, fingers. There were definitely bad games. I remember renting from the Blockbuster and being like, well, this is the one I've chosen. I gotta keep renting it until I beat it. And then like 4 weeks later, I'm like, I'm not beating this. I fucking hate this game. The one I can remember was called, I think it's Tack and the Power of Juju.
I've never heard of that.
I have heard of that. I do not remember what it is.
It's a 3D platformer. It's bad. It was bad. Talanua says, I didn't realize the water is an instant kill for them. You can see the health bar go down. It's not all at once.
Yeah, if they can make it to shore, if they can make it to shore, they can survive.
Yeah,
but
I think it's also because you have some caves that have the water level go up and down, so it might be possible they get beached before they lose all their health. How did the big guy turn to a ghost? So once we awaken the power of the sage, they give us the power to summon their avatar, which is what these little ghosty things are, is the avatar of them. We can still go talk to him. He's standing over in Goron City. But we just sort of have his power with us remotely now.
When you go talk to him, does the ghost disappear?
When you go into any sort of civilized area, the avatars all disappear.
Okay.
So that kind of precludes any sort of people being like, who's that following you? Or anything like that.
Yeah, there are definitely games moves that annoy me, but I can't think of any of them right now. Game moves and TV shows that annoy me. But I have tried to cultivate like not dwelling on that stuff as much in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like it can aside from, like leading to like internet arguments, it can just be a lot of analysis of stuff that fundamentally doesn't really like matter or provide anything I can use to learn.
Are you looking for the frog?
Yeah.
I think back when you were fighting...
I came down here through a well, but I came over here, but it's called a cave.
Yeah. This side is a cave. That's why you discovered it instead of... If you would have just found the other end, you wouldn't have discovered it.
So is there a frog in it now that it's a cave?
Well, it's always a cave. No, when you were fighting the electric likes, I think there was a breakable rock in the wall.
Okay.
Couldn't quite tell. It sort of blends in. Finger says if you have Sensor Plus, you can track the frog. Yeah, if you've got a picture of it in your compendium,
I take a picture
you can set your sensor to it.
Is it a big fish?
Aha.
Mighty Borgy.
Collecting some fish. Very nutritious.
Full of omega-3s.
Come on.
I swam down, now he's out of your reach.
In Zelda, you don't fish with a fishing rod. You put on a ninja costume and go swimming.
Damn right.
Not even. I love there's a one of the schema stones you'll find later is for a thing called a fishing trawler. And it's literally like a wooden raft with a fan and a control stick on it. And then the front is shaped like a big scoop. And it has a zapper weapon thing on the front that's partially submerged. So you literally just drive towards a school of fish with the water electrified. They all die, and then you scoop them up into this big basket thing.
That's hilarious.
I love it. It's actually incredibly effective. It's this giant wooden thing with only one fan controlling it, though. It's a little unwieldy, but for actually like catching the fish, it works surprisingly well. I think it's in here, in this section of the cave. Yeah, there's definitely a tier list of like hunting fish by just swimming after them, hunting fish with a bow, shooting electric stuff at the water to kill all the fish and then just pick them up from the surface, using bombs to blast the water and then kill all the fish.
I appreciate that all these are options.
Yeah. I saw somebody do like an alignment chart for like which kind of link are you?
Aha.
Personally, I'd probably just use like a halberd or some other like long range blade tipped thing. Or I should say medium range, I guess.
I think you can only get the ones that are near the shore. Oh, the other strategy was the whistle fishing.
Whistle fishing?
Whistle fishing. So if you press down on the D-pad at any time, you will whistle to like call your horse. But that also alerts everything nearby where you are. Now, fish are programmed to, when they notice you, they swim directly away from you. So what you do is you find fish that are kind of in the shallows, get further out from the shore than they are, and then whistle to scare them towards the shore, and keep doing that until they eventually beach themselves.
Wow.
And then you just pick them up off the shore.
Clever.
It was much more prevalent in Breath of the Wild because you had the Cryonis ability to allow you to make ice pillars out in the middle of the ocean.
Mm.
And then you could just like whistle and then make another pillar kind of in front of you, jump to that, whistle, and then just keep scaring them further inward and inward.
Mm. Oh, you know what a game was that I just hated it when I played it back in the day? The Lost Levels of Mario. And like,
you don't say.
Well, okay. I understand that
A lot of people have opinions about that, and they've never played Lost Levels either.
I mean, there's like, I understand that games are built on like iterative loops where effective ones create a mechanic and then turn it sideways and give you something new to figure out. Like, you know, what if okay, you've got the yo-yo. What do you do if you have the yo-yo and it's on a ping pong paddle now or something like that, you know? But there was something about Lost Levels that felt like it had jumped too fast. And I don't know what too fast is in terms of difficulty, but it felt like it just threw you in the deep end. Like, okay, we're adding a whole bunch of new things. And you know Mario, right? Well, yeah, good luck. I mean, I don't know how to quantify like the correct.
I mean, this is probably why there were the lost levels, is because they were literally not lost as in like, oh, we can't find the files anymore. Lost as in they were cut because they were like, no, this shit's too hard and doesn't explain itself.
Right.
Get it out.
Right. Oh.
No, but I mean, from those we got Kaizo, and then from Kaizo we got like I Want to Be the Guy and I Want to Be the Bushy.
Hmm.
And then from those we got like Getting Over It and Quap.
I've never played Getting Over It with Benefati, but I've seen it, and I know that.
Oh, I have no intention of ever touching that game. I think it's very impressive for the people who are able to do it. I think it's very funny what the like end of that game is, but no. No. Dude, so speaking of games, I just remember that Fallout New Vegas is free on Epic Store until the 1st. Sounds cool. New Vegas is a good one. Is the good one. I think is what most people agree.
Yeah.
So if you talk to Pen, you can then follow him out to find where the voice is coming from. Senpai!
I think I need my horse.
You do not need your horse.
Okay.
There was definitely some NES and SNES titles that really pissed me off, but I can't remember what they were. Didn't really care for Zelda 2, but that was more of a... That wasn't like... I didn't mind the gameplay. I was just like, what the hell is this?
Where is that voice coming from?
I never really liked the Castlevania games all that much. Don't tell Stoker.
Don't tell Stoker I haven't played any Castlevania games.
Gasp. They're okay. I mean, they're not. They're well done. They're just. Eh.
The only Metroid games I've ever played are Prime 1 and 3, and I didn't finish 1.
Oh, Ghouls and Ghosts. I hated Ghouls and Ghosts. You ever play that one, Miller?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like Genesis era.
That's one where you're the knight that if you get hit once, it knocks off your armor and you just run around in your underwear, right?
That's the one.
Yep.
Felt way too easy to die in that game.
Leave the arms. Leave the arms. If not, do you harm?
Oh, time to investigate.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a thing you want to do. When you hear a voice coming out of a well like that. Oh.
Just like, yeah, people keep throwing their weapons at me, but you know, I just kind of ignored it. Certainly wasn't anything weird, except for, you know, how weird it was.
Ty says, a well in a Japanese story? I'm sure it's fine. Gotten most of my rupees from paychecks. It's kind of like Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, there's a weird veneer of corporatism in this game. Because it's you're like working for Tracy and you're getting paid for the stories you write. And then you have President Yonobo of Yonobuco, and then also President Hudson of Hudson Construction Company. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a theme there or something.
I mean, there's also clearly like reestablishing trade in the kingdom by creating tourist spots.
Yeah. Actually, if you go to Laurelin, that's a big part of that story.
Well, I mean, it gives
You
you
should go
things
to Terrytown.
You need to get the Akala thing.
Yeah.
Do Terry down when you go over there.
Could literally roll down.
He's trying. Oh yeah, that's right. If you try to take a picture of like Tulin, it should give you the photo for the like Great Eagle Bow or whatever he has equipped. I think the same for Yunobo. See, but he's gonna keep trying to run out of frame.
No, you don't. Where'd the Korak go?
Roll down the hill. Ah, there it is. Ah, but there's this big horseshoe bend in it.
Ah.
Zorian says Final Fantasy VIII was the first one they played through. I have not played through a Final Fantasy game.
Very weird, because Final Fantasy VIII is the least like a Final Fantasy game until, like... Final Fantasy 13 is more like a Final Fantasy game than Final Fantasy VIII.
12? Yeah, wasn't 12 the sci-fi one?
No. 12 was the one that worked like an MMO. It's basically their first foray into doing that style until everyone finally liked it with the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Mm-hmm. I have played through a bit of Final Fantasy VII, but I've not completed it.
The main issue with Final Fantasy VIII systems is that they incentivize you to hoard. So...
Pirate ship.
I don't need incentive. I'll hoard anyway.
No, you're a raccoon. That's just default.
That's true.
Because that's like the thing, is that they want you to hold on to your magic so that you can augment it to your abilities, and then you don't want to use any magic because it takes you so long to acquire the magic that you don't want to spend any more time trying to get it again. So magic is just there to augment your abilities, basically. Time to attack the pirate ship.
Do it.
Got some warriors to help you, looks like.
Okay, so I just need to fix the bridge.
My god, it's a programming miracle. How did they ever get this done?
I mean, if this was in a Bethesda game, you pull that up and it just starts flying everywhere.
Yep.
Didn't they wait like 6 months to release this because they wanted to get it right?
12. This game was done basically last summer, and they're like, no, we gotta make all the physics work perfectly.
Which is
You know
understandable.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. With something like this, if it's unrealistic, then it would probably really break the immersion.
Yes. But, cooking Koroks on a flame spit, that doesn't break the immersion at all. That's just what Link naturally does.
Miller, don't ruin the magic!
Do you believe in magic? And a Korok's heart as he pull it out of his
Silver
chest
Vocal
while
Blade.
he gets cooked alive.
Wow, that's not bad.
The Vocal Blade.
Ooh, I like that dive. That was a good dive. It's a very satisfying weapon right here.
Silver.
Ow.
Oh no!
Oh, damn!
Try that again.
Okay, boy, that... Yeesh. That was very nice.
There's several black goblins there. They do a lot of damage. I should put on my armor.
Mm.
Fighting armor.
Do you ever love it when you die like a specific way and then you sort of feel like the tips are being kind of condescending, like, you know, you fall off a cliff and the tip's like, you know, you
Press
can
X to
climb,
pull out
right?
your paraglider.
Yeah. Like a friend giving you the rhetorical argument.
Yeah. Double attack up. For when
Right,
just
so-
kind of punching them doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you really want to punch them.
Ow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, try to respect the 1v1.
All right.
Car wanted to see how the battle was going.
There you go. Good. Okay.
Kind of stuck.
Nope, he fell in. Where's the last one? It's probably up in the crow's nest, isn't it? Nope, that's up there. It's on the poop deck.
Oh, it's funny because poop.
Except I don't think it's the poop deck. That's a Goron! That's friend, not enemy!
Gorons are friends, not food.
I mean, maybe for nobody but Link. He seems to be the only Hylian who can eat their rocks.
Awesome. Can I go collect their body parts? Because those are very valuable.
Yummy.
There we go.
Time to hoover up all the things.
Get the goods. Are those CGI barnacles on the boat? That's awesome. And it is still light out over here. I love it. I'll never get over that. Like, I think the sun just went down. Oh, shoot. I will be right back. Hold on 1 second.
Now Chad is just naming off all of the Haven Celestia species west. Like Garou West, Soaring West, Kuza West. It's like, a bit much. Oh yeah, and of course, the ever enigmatic East-West.
Will a beam actually fit between those? They usually doesn't.
Like it should. If not a whole beam, then probably just one of the little planks slotted sideways into that. North by Northwest, Adam West. Alright, chat. You're being silly now.
Why do they even put the slots there if the beams don't go in?
Because I think it's for that platform. I think you slot in one of the little ones and then like support it with the big 2x4s or whatever they are. I'll be right back.
Come on, release. Now it's slightly too large. Ain't a wedge it in it now. Come on. Almost had it. But it'll fall backwards because he has one of those. Very bad at planning out these signage things. It's just gotta fall backwards.
I'll get back.
That's way too high.
Oh, more construction fun. I can't wait to see how weird these get. Like, I want to see one where you build an entire, like, house to support the sign. I mean, this is already getting a bit ridiculous.
There. Perfect.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm sure in the speed run, if they do like all side quests, which includes the Addison signs, that just have like something where you can just like attach an apple to a plank and it immediately makes any sign stand up. Oh no, burn 'em wood.
How far would they chase you if you just bolted? Like, would they try and chase you up the hill, or?
I don't think they have a very long range.
Looks like a Borg cube hanging in the sky. That looks a little heavy to put on a horse.
It wants me to actually find the giant horse. Okay. Go back to Highland Stables. I could not actually find the giant horse in Breath of the Wild. So we'll see if I have better luck this time.
Ever found it? Yeah. I just kind of like stuck to the main line. I'm an incompletionist.
Back. You were saying if you were gonna find like an apple and a plank in order to solve all of the Addison signs, there kind of is a one-step solution, and it's using one of the Zonai devices called a hoverstone.
Yeah, that would make sense.
You just turn it on, put it in the right place, and then talk to Addison, and then the hoverstone will just support the sign.
Yep. Giant white stallion. The road to the Lake of the Horse God southeast of here. I know where that is. I should probably take my regular horse. A ways away. Gonna turn me into a horse every single time, huh?
Frederick says, "Oh God, I never thought of using a hoverstone." Yeah. And Jonas, you were saying, well, can't wait until you see the crazy stuff that people build. There are a couple of YouTube series I've been watching that, yeah, they sort of highlight the different ones that people are making, and some of them are really crazy. What I like is that it's like an evolving thing. There's like new technology coming out, and people are like utilizing it. Like one of the ones that I saw is people using Zonai springs as a form of suspension on their vehicles.
What? I love it. I love it. Wait, who just came? Oh, hey, Stoker.
First things first. Kill all the lawyers.
What?
Hello,
Okay, done. There are no lawyers in this game. They're all dead.
Well,
Ganon ate them all.
wow. Ganon's such a pig. How y'all
Yeah,
doing?
we're doing good.
Good.
Kind of a low key night. We were talking about stuff, and then we were talking about other stuff, and
We were talking about media. We started with talking with media we didn't like.
yeah.
How many do I have?
Oh, well, so does that mean I should break out my controversial opinion about media that everyone likes that's actually garbage?
Okay.
You know, that one.
Yeah, that one. No, I think you can keep that locked in your eternal black chest of do not ever talk about.
Man, I got so much stuff in there already.
There are topics where I would love to talk about them, but there's no way to wedge them into a conversation organically. Just don't.
Yeah, you know, like
Forums
the
are
number
for.
of neurons in your intestines.
Chat's asking for it. Chat, do not ask for these things. You will regret it.
No, chat, listen, I that was a joke. I did not actually have anything to follow that up with. I mean, I'm sure there are pieces of media that are very beloved that I don't care for. But I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, and don't intend to, so...
Yeah, I was saying if Jonas told us that he didn't like, or that he was like, Back to the Future 2 is stupid, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you could tell us that, and then we'll put you on the cross.
With the Koroks.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it was like, there were ones where I used to feel that way. I used to like care enough to rant about it, but I've forgotten what a lot of them are, you know? I mean,
Which is probably a sign.
like, I mean, I've said before that I was very unsatisfied with the ending of The Lost.
Skelly horses.
Well, I mean, that's not even close to controversial.
Right,
I've never heard of anyone who was satisfied with the ending of Lost.
Man, can you believe it? The ending to the Game of Thrones? Man, it's so controversial that people didn't like that.
I think in retrospect, I got annoyed at the ending of the reboot of Battlestar Galactica from 2004.
God, it's been that long?
Yeah, it has been a-
Frack, man.
Yeah. Just because, like, again, they didn't bother to explain enough, and actually, it's not even like the not explaining thing. It's not explaining coupled with the feeling you have that maybe they don't even know themselves and they just pulled something out of their asses. You know, that gets on my nerves. But I mean, whatever. It's sort of like
Oh, there's like the horse gun.
my
I was
attitude
going
these days
wrong path.
is if there's a game or a movie or a book or a TV show that sticks in your craw that much, what you need to do is utilize that, or even a webcomic. You need to utilize that as sort of like you might not necessarily want to tell a story in that medium, but you clearly want it. But if you care that much, you clearly want to tell stories, and you clearly want to tell stories in some medium. So you find the medium that you're good at, or you find an artist and hire them, or whatever.
How like 50% plus of media is just somebody reading a book or a movie or whatever and being like, man, I could do this better.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do this better.
That's legit. I mean, that is legit. Because you're. Oh, what the hell happened to my pressure control? Hold on a second.
Not your pressure.
No, my
pressure.
my tablet just flips out sometimes. The driver just like shits the bed, and I have to restart. Anyway,
Now, I always think about something that I read in something by C.S. Lewis once, many years ago, where he was like, the reason why I write my books is because nobody's writing the books I want to read, so I have to write them myself.
yeah.
I mean, I'm the same way, so.
Yeah. It's something that I think a lot of creatives can relate to. Nobody's nakeding the pennies that I want to naked, so I have to naked them myself.
Yes, thank you. No, it's always easier first to figure out what you don't like than what you do like. And yes, we all started as little kids. You know, we usually start with what we like. You know, we get into something we like. But at that age, you're almost unconscious about why you like something. You just sort of experience it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, your tastes aren't fully developed. You can have something that you like as a kid that you dislike later, and vice versa. So,
or you can be like me and just get maudlin over everything from the 80s. That's not
like,
I mean,
you see like an old Duracell commercial, and you're like, people. They got like batteries in their backs and they're plasticky.
Yeah,
You remember those, right?
Exactly what I sound like. Yes.
You
No,
remember
there's a lot of
those
stuff.
commercials, right?
Yes. There's a lot of stuff where, like, even though I'm fond of it, I know that it's awful.
Like Back to the Future. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Everyone should go check out this pic I'm linking in chat. I finally got this. This is a commission I got from a friend.
Oh,
Miller.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me take a look.
You have Miller attending a Korok execution.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
That is true art right there.
The thing that gets me is you have no body. You're just a head with feet. What's going on there?
You know, just being efficient. That's all you need.
Oh,
He's an angry burb.
Yeah, speaking of commissions, let me send you something for your approval real quick.
Uh-oh.
Submitted for the approval.
I will not be linking it in chat because...
Submitted for the approval of the Miller Society.
You won't be linking it in chat for some reason, Jonas?
Yeah. Here, I'll show you if you want to see it, Stokes. Hold on.
I mean, listen, if it's something that you can't link in chat, then I'm probably going to want to see it for exactly the reasons that you can't link it in chat.
You're going to wait, mister. I will decide when you get to see it.
Oh, okay. Don't look, Stoker.
God damn it.
You saw nothing. Here, just rewind the last, 30 seconds in your brain.
Oh, there's that one.
Okay. Oh no, I went too far. Now I don't know math anymore.
Fine, math is overrated. Nobody likes math except for math majors.
Yeah.
Those guys are chumps.
Yeah, who would ever take a math degree?
I know, right? Probably some bird with like bird issues.
Bird issues.
Probably said this before, but I had one friend who was really hooked into like showing me the beauty of math. Like that was her thing.
I need to do some
And like,
thinking.
Did you sass her like a monster, Jonas?
no, I wasn't that sassy back then, but I didn't get it. Like she would show me all the cool elegance of all these like equations and functions and things. I'm like, show me a fractal and I'll appreciate the fractal because it's got pretty swirlies. But if you're just showing me the letters,
Just give you a picture of the Mandelbrot set and just have you sort of get lost in it for an hour.
Mandelbrot set your a Rorschach test on fire, a Dayglow pterodactyl.
God, I remember my dad like in his old lab, like in the PS2 days. Nice.
Aha! You got the big horse that can't be used for anything. 'Cause you can't put a towing harness on it.
Nice. No, but he had a VGA era screensaver that was all fractals, and it would render like little tiny pieces at a time. But I still found it absolutely fascinating.
I talked to you.
Sorry, I just saw 2 questions in chat. Stoker, when does Penny get Morph Ball? And Stoker, when does Penny get a gun? Listen, she's got to get the power-ups in order, okay?
Yeah.
Arya suit first. But of course she doesn't wear a suit, so that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, well,
so.
I mean, what we're heading towards is the true Zero suit.
It's a mystery for another day.
So what can you do with the big horse?
You can register it and ride it around.
It's how Link gets up on his high horse.
Well,
You can register it in this game?
Yeah. You can register the big horse in Breath of the Wild too, if you could
I
catch
do
it.
not recall that being a thing that you could do.
Yeah.
Is it superior in any way other than being tall?
Look at it, Jonas. It's
no,
big.
it can't pull anything with a towing harness. It can't sprint. It is there just for collection's sake.
All right.
And there's a couple people who care about like having a picture of it or something.
Oh, yeah, alright.
Are you talking about people in game or out of the game?
In game. Jesus, Stoker.
What?
Ashley says it has very strong and has more health than other horses. Okay, so you could use it as a battle horse
That's
if
something.
you ever need that.
Nah.
No.
Nani? The fuck?
Yeah, strength 5.
Temperament wild.
Wild. Ha! God.
Uh-huh.
Get out of my head, Charles.
No one would just ride up here astride the giant white stallion. Obviously, the real giant white stallion must be even bigger.
Alright, what are we gonna name it?
Now
Kind
this is a Hans, if ever there was one.
All caps, big haunts. Big space haunts, that fits.
Alright, well, if you have one named Hans, you have to have one named Franz.
I thought you were gonna be like, you have to have one named Zimmer.
Big Hans. Hold on. That was a good face.
Bedrick says he named him Lunk.
Lunk. That's a good one, too.
Lunk.
Yes, I'm Link, and this is my horse Lunk.
Scratch that. Don't actually have any other saddles or bridles big enough for a horse that size.
So you'll notice this horse has a unique bridle set that's got these little orange tufts around it. This is the same bridle set you got for getting the old big horse in Breath of the Wild because it was black with orange hair.
Oh. Mm.
And so you had, big black orange hair. Kind of looks like a Ganondorf's horse. And then in Breath of the Wild, you can also get
Ganondorf.
Zelda's horse, which is white with gold hair.
Mm.
And so I believe the idea here is that this is the offspring of those two.
Oh.
This was the big horse in Zelda's horse from Breath of the Wild had a kid, and this is that kid.
That's so precious.
So Ganondorf and Zeldorf got it on, and this is the result.
I mean, if Link caught both of them in Breath of the Wild, then yeah, they were probably in the same stable.
So these horse stables just don't care about keeping them separate. They're like, nah, man.
Stallions and mares together, it's fine. Nothing's gonna happen.
Horse marriage.
And Adrian says, I want a horse with a grenade launcher for a head. That's what the Zonai devices are for.
That's such a a junior high kind of thing. It's like, man, I drew a horse with a grenade launcher for a head. Because this class is that boring.
I mean, a junior high thing / a stoner thing, yes.
Oh my god, I can't tell you how many times I've drawn furry heads in the margins of my college notebooks.
Nice.
I used to draw when I was a kid. I used to doodle lots of Sonics and Bowsers and Robotniks.
You drawing Sonic? No.
What about Sally?
You know, I didn't attempt to draw her as a kid. I didn't feel
Palinuva, I think in the lore of Breath of the Wild, it was just a descendant of Zelda's horse.
Okay.
Yes. It was the last descendant of the Sword of the World line that had the perfect white sheen coat with the blonde hair.
God. When you put it that way, it sounds kind of iffy.
What do you mean?
Perfect white horse with blonde hair.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, yeah. Horse breeding, dog breeding can definitely sound like that a lot of the time.
Yep.
Yeah, when we do it to humans, it's called eugenics. When we do it to animals, it's called breeding. We have, like, kennel clubs for that.
Mm.
I don't like those breeds where like the entire breed has like built-in issues, like hip dysplasia or whatever. That makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, like pugs all have breeding problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for pugs. Like, look what you've done to a perfectly good wolf.
Mm-hmm. Or like the little chihuahuas that are always like neurotic and like live in verses, and you know they're looking at you like what am I, master? Explain my existence to me, lest I
Do they talk like Peter Lorre?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Look at a chihuahua.
Yeah, they don't talk like the Taco Bell Chihuahua. They don't talk with the thick Tex-Mex accent. They talk
Tex-Mex
more like
accent.
Igor. Tex-Mex accent.
I
just enjoy the concept of Tex-Mex as an accent.
I mean, it kind of is.
I guess. All right, I'll give it to you. I guess.
I know what you mean.
Hello, amigos. How you all doing today?
Amigos.
How we,
Who's up for some chicharrones?
¿Qué pasa, amigos? ¿Quieres donde un baño?
Want some burritos? I put some ketchup on them.
Let's go.
I will never let that go.
I put ketchup on my meatballs tonight.
That just makes it into meatloaf balls, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they're like chicken meatballs, but whatever. I mean, I was just lazy and I didn't have anything else to put on. Like,
you just have no regard for the laws of God or man to have man, have you?
Like, have one... You ever one of those moments where like you just like you don't want to go to the market, you don't want to get like DoorDash or something, and you've got like miscellaneous ingredients that could be combined in a video game cooking scene.
So what you're saying is you made dubious food. Is that what I'm to take away from this?
Yes.
Dubious.
You put the ketchup and the meatballs together, and then somehow it made like stewed tomato soup, and you're just like, "What? Where'd the meat go?"
Where'd the meat go? Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Where's your beef? Dang it, now I'm hungry. Thanks, Jonas.
I did it again, didn't I?
Yes, I did it again.
What are you chuckling for, Miller?
Yeah, Miller.
I'm chuckling that Jonas did it to you again.
Oh, okay.
Tough prime meat and seafood fry. I love that tough
mom
meat.
used to
Love
make.
the description tough right there. That makes it sound significantly less appetizing.
Yeah. Tough. All right.
powerful, energizing, sunny. These all sound like the ways you might actually describe food in a sort of simplistic way, but like they work. Tough?
I mean, it's not necessarily good food.
Supple. That's there you
supple,
go.
tender,
Yeah.
and moist.
Yep.
Moist.
You know, I don't have the thing that makes people grossed out by that word.
You know it's even worse than moist though, like moistened.
Nope, still not grossed out by it. Sorry, dude.
All right, I'm trying to think of another word now.
I think it's one of those things where it's also like if you've... I don't know, maybe it's like if you've tried cooking certain stuff, you might be more acclimated to it. Like if you've had a dry cake versus a moist cake, you're just like, moist, that actually sounds good.
It depends.
Deviant's Curse asks, "Hey Stoker, have you ever seen the movie Lost Boys?" You know, it's funny how many times that movie has come up in conversation with people I know recently. The short answer is yes, I have seen it. The long answer is also yes, I have seen it. The answer is yes, I have seen it.
But have you seen it?
I've seen it. It graces my shelf in the collection. You know the collection.
Yes, I've seen it. I
Wow,
remember.
really? That doesn't go together?
Oh no.
Rice,
What'd you try
butter, and
cooking?
salt. I mean,
Oh yes, because those are all things that go with food.
Yeah.
None of them count as food.
you'd think that'd make like buttered rice. Nope.
Yeah.
It's
Or just like
disgusting.
steamed rice or something.
Steamed hams. So, why do you bring that? It is very 80s. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It is a very 80s movie.
Yeah.
It's such a fun movie. Like, I remember when I first saw it, I didn't realize that it was going to almost be a comedy.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was more of a, I thought it was going to be a more serious movie than it was, but turns out it's better than I expected it to be. It also happens to be one of the better movies directed by Joel Schumacher, best known as to most people these days as the director of Batman and Robin.
Yeah. There are a few moments in like Batman Forever where you can almost kind of see the movie that they wanted to make.
Mm-hmm.
And then just utterly failed at.
You know, the main thing that bothers me about Batman and Robin and Batman Forever? The titles would have made more sense swapped. Because Batman Forever is the movie that introduces Robin, and Batman and Robin is the fourth one, so it could have been Batman Forever. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It makes so much more sense switched around, and yet...
It's not too late, Stoker. Just go to Warner Brothers and tell them.
Yeah, sure. I'll just pull up right in front of the exec suites and be like, "Where's Jack Warner?"
Where's Jack Warner?
And they'll be like, Oaklawn, I think.
He's just this guy with the Warner Brothers logo for a face.
No, I mean, Jack Warner was a real person.
Yeah, with the Warner Brothers logo for a face.
Yeah, thank you, Jonas.
That's where they got the logo from.
Thank you, Jonas.
See, I thought the Warner Brothers logo was the thing you used to seal away Yakko, Wacko, and Dot.
God, good times.
Yeah, it's like an ancient sigil to contain their chaotic power. Yeah, okay, so everybody talks about the bat nipples, but Joel Schumacher has a thing about nipples in all of his movies.
Well, he was gay, right? I mean, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what does...
The man physique, right?
Yeah, the man physique. Like, okay, I know his rationale for wanting to put nipples on the bat suits in the bat movies was because he was like, well, I mean, he was like, all their muscles are sculpted and everything, so it's like they're like Greek statues.
Yeah. Going for that mythological angle. But I mean, come on, he was just horny.
Well, yes, so obviously he was horny. I mean, there was at least one super close-up shot of Batman's, tush all tight in the bat suit.
I remember that. Yep.
I remember when they did that with Batgirl in Batman and Robin. In the movie theater I was seeing it with, there was some dude in another row who just loudly shouted out, "Yes!" when that happened. Real awkward. My parents were with me. But I mean, I couldn't completely disagree with them. Even at that age, I knew what I was about.
Right.
Wait, how old was I when Batman and Robin came out?
It's funny. I saw the Robert Pattinson Batman, and while I liked it, I can't remember a single scene from it. It's just, I can. I just vaguely remember Pattinson's Batman being brooding, dark, gloomy.
Let's see. When Batman and Robin came out, I was 13 and was going to be 14 later that year. So yeah, I definitely knew what I was about by then.
That was 97, so it would have been 20. Yeah.
Old man Jonas.
Yeah, me.
That old man Jonas.
Yes, I'm ancient. Where's my walker?
He must know something.
Got him.
But don't tell nothing. He just keeps jonesing along.
Rick, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ban our co-hosts.
That's fine. Jonas works while the Stoker plays.
I only do this out of love.
I do it out of a desperate need to drive away everyone that's close to me.
Yeah, love.
Yeah.
There was an interview. I think it was
with the vampire.
Yeah, thank you. Now, right around the time Batman and Robin came out, they did an interview with Clooney and O'Donnell on like MTV or something, and the interviewer was like, "So, Batman and Robin run around at night in Gotham in rubber pants." And O'Donnell just like grabbed Clooney. He's just like, "He's the best Batman I ever worked with." It was amazing. And Clooney just rolled with it.
Oh, of course he did. Clooney strikes me as someone who is hard to phase. Not impossible, but hard to phase. I'm trying to remember. There was one director that he like punched out on a movie set once.
Oh, that would be what's his name?
Trying to remember who it was.
I think it's David Selznick. But I know that.
To be fair, he really had that punch coming.
Yeah, and that director's like pissed off everyone he worked with.
Yeah.
Like,
and also to be fair, Clooney warned him, like, if you don't quit this, I'm gonna punch you.
Yeah. Like I remember he also pissed off Dustin Hoffman and Lily Tomlin, and that was all on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are just like that, man.
Well, okay, the vision there's some directors that are like they really have the vision, and I think that like Kubrick or or Cameron, James Cameron. I've heard that I've read that they were hard to work with too.
Oh, Kubrick was kind of a dick. Let's just be real.
Yeah, like Kubrick just like basically tormented Shelley Duvall to get that genuine anxiety laden performance from her, and that's not very nice.
Oh, I have an ASMR request.
Oh God! All right.
It's a long one. Okay, let's see. Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there is no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Frick, is this from Legacy of Kain? Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. This is from Legacy of Kain. I do not remember what Kain's voice sounds like.
Lemons and tomatoes.
Well, I'm gonna be asmering this anyway, so... Alright. Let me get myself ready. Let me take a drink of water so that my vocal cords can be nice and moist.
Moist and supple.
Yeah.
My nice, supple, prehensile vocal cords.
Oh, before you do that, Stoker, I want to test something real quick.
Uh-huh.
Tell me if y'all can hear this.
Yes.
Yes.
What
Okay.
was that?
That was the built-in soundboard for Discord.
I thought it was Miller singing the song of his people.
No,
That was a
if you-
cat!
when you're if
Oh,
you
I
go-
thought it was what that I thought it was a bird scree.
if you
No, the bird sound, I would make it be like...
Oh, hang on. Ty in chat said he couldn't hear it. Chat, were you able to hear the sound? Maybe that's an interesting question. Maybe we can hear it, but chat can't.
That would be weird because I can hear it, and they should be able to hear everything coming through Discord.
Hang on, let me try and do the rim shot.
Oh, Dracon heard it. See, here's the thing. At first, I wasn't sure if it was a sound effect from the game or not.
All
All right.
That's funny. Yeah, it's down by where your name is in Discord.
Down
Yeah,
by the
I'm just
old
expecting-
mill
I'm just expecting
stream.
Fedor to be like, I didn't hear it, and then like smirk.
But yeah, there are built-in ones. You can upload server-specific ones, apparently.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That could be fun to screw around with.
If someone, i.e., me, is abusing the privilege, you can actually right-click on the user's name and click mute soundboard separately from muting their
All right,
voice.
mute soundboard, done.
Yep.
All right. This is, as requested by Zeronian entity. This is a Legacy of Kain ASMR read. I'm just gonna try to do this. Just do a cold read, and I'm not gonna look up any clips of what Kain sounded like. So, whatever. Y'all will take what I give you and like it. Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there is no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. There. Why is everyone so quiet now?
I don't know.
Miller's muted and deafened, and Jonas is just not saying anything.
I've been coloring this winged for Miller.
Hate me, but do it on it. Honestly. Also, sorry, Adrian. Box or clip it or something.
Joker, I have an ASMR request.
What's
Just a
that,
random,
Jonas?
It's just a random string of consonants that goes on for a paragraph.
How about no?
Stoker,
I'm gonna go for no.
Joker, I know vampire rules. You're bound to answer all ASMR requests.
Okay, I did it while you weren't listening.
Damn. Supernatural powers.
That's right, man. Supernatural powers bring supernatural flowers. Is Miller still muted and deafened?
No,
Oh, okay.
I just deafened myself while doing the ASMR because that is actually uncomfortable to me.
Sorry.
No, I'm trying to look at doing some more Avatar stuff.
Avatar stuff?
Yeah.
You mean
for Rick's PNG tuber? I'm trying to look at how to do shout out stuff, and it involves calling the Twitch API, which is always a fucking pain.
You mean popping up someone else's avatar? Like user pick?
No. I'm specifically trying to write up a shout out command.
Like
Link has to jump onto this horse like it's a giant truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The seat of the horse is like 6.5 feet off the ground.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That horse is like, what, 18, 19 hands high?
Americans
me
will
how I-
measure in anything but the metric system.
Look! Okay.
I know that
Grandparents own a
horses. I know that horses are measured in hands. I know that's a thing. But also, so is the metric system gag.
Yeah.
So wait, no.
I mean, the
what
imperial
exact-
system is measured in feet, so, you know.
I saw someone say that, a European say that. So what you're telling me is that Americans are really into feet, huh?
God. Can we just take a minute to appreciate how epic Adrian's peats are?
Oh my god, Jonas. Please.
Can we just take a minute
What are we talking about?
to have let's have a moment of silence for Adrian's epic peats?
Adrian's epic Pete's?
Yeah, her feet,
No.
you know, big,
No.
big-
I'm
Yes,
not giving
I
her
know
any
what
time.
you mean. I'm just trying to figure out why this is happening.
It's kind of an inside joke.
He made a meme of it in, like, the Rick's Patreon server.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I need to, like, actually look in that server more often than I do. It's just... I don't know, man. There's so much stuff on Discord to keep up with.
I didn't mean to make it into a meme, but they just rolled it, and I was like, awesome.
Jonas, you're causing chaos again everywhere you go, aren't you? That was a good laugh.
Giant horse.
Bye-bye, giant horse.
Okay.
It's going on the way now.
No.
Goodbye, Hans.
Oh, there's another sled over here. I think I will
Nice.
build my sled on this flat surface right here.
Oh, I'm so hungry now. Someone else was talking to me about food on Telegram.
Stoker, just eat somebody.
All right, Jonas. Get over here.
No.
Damn.
Eat somebody else.
Miller?
No.
Tasty. Birds are tasty. They taste like chicken.
I will eat your weird fleshy nose off.
Wow, that is a threat and a half right there.
Some fighting words.
Hey, Rick!
I wasn't listening. What?
I hear kangaroo meat's pretty
Just say, okay, I agree. Don't worry about it.
I could not eat kangaroo anything. I just can't. They're too cute. Okay?
You can't, Guru?
I can't.
They're just overgrown rabbits. Would you like to eat rabbit meat? Would you find that fine?
I've had rabbit. It's gross.
I actually don't care for very many forms of meat. I only, I eat cow, I eat chicken, I eat pig.
Have you eaten alligator?
I have tried it, yes. It tastes a lot like chicken with a weirder texture. Actually, it's kind of like it's somewhere between pork and chicken. It's pa-chicken. But it's got like a texture that's a little difficult to describe. I've also eaten eel, and I have eaten octopus. Though I feel bad about eating either of those things, so I don't think I would eat them again, even though eel was pretty tasty.
Why do you feel bad about eating them?
Because I love them.
Okay.
I want them to be my friends.
More okonomiyaki for me then.
Listen, man. Have you ever seen that one story about the sea diver who became like besties with an eel?
I'm sure I've seen fluff pieces like that.
I've seen videos like that where the diver's like petting the eel and the eel's enjoying it, but the eel can't. It doesn't have any facial muscle, so it just doesn't
have any face.
Yeah, it's got this like stunned expression, like.
Yeah, they're so good. They look like little monsters. I love them.
I have to assume that that's not the norm with species like that. Like most of them are way too skittish to just roll up to a diver and let them pet them because it would make fishing really tragically easy.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, of course. But I don't know, man.
Humans are weird, okay? We're weird. We're like apex predators who feel guilty about it.
Well, that's the thing. We are the apex of apex predators. We don't fear anything. And so therefore we infantilize every other creature.
I remember.
That's because they're babies.
I remember seeing an article in the LA Times about this controversial restaurant in San Diego. This was like the 90s, I think, or the 2000s, that served fried owl.
See, stuff like that I don't like, especially if you're catching it wild and then like cooking it up, because that's always a bad thing. Like, I would eat kangaroo or ostrich meat because those are farmed and those can be, farmed meat. I would not eat a wild kangaroo that somebody hunted with a rifle or bow and arrow or whatever.
You hear that, Rick? You're safe. For now.
Yeah, I don't know. Rick's probably Wes has been living off a diet of like potato chips and cheesy things. I don't know how good that would taste.
He is the snack daddy.
I guess I'm the rack daddy.
And I'm the Drac daddy.
Oh no.
What does that make me? Beak daddy?
Nope, you're the baby.
The beak baby?
The beak baby.
You're the baby.
Oh my God, the beak baby. That conjures up like I'm picturing like one of those what are they called? Not Beanie Babies. The freaky like 90s toys.
You think of Furbies?
Furbies, yes, thank you. Miller's the beak baby. That's what I pictured, like this like bird thing where they just like they have like the half-lidded mellow stoner eyes and they talk to each other.
No, Furbies are terrifying.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that one video of the thrift store Furby that was really low on batteries and like all it would say was skin? It was just like skin.
Okay, you know those novelty talking bass fishes where like
yes.
You see the video of the one with where the battery's low and it's like it's trying to sing Duwadi and it's like that's man just a walking
I love stuff like that so much that it's not healthy. That is some of my favorite content Like, I freaking love cursed things, man.
Actually, how much might I need to throw at you to make Miller into a Furby? I don't know. I don't know. That seems a bit cursed.
Now I'm picturing Furby West. I can see it so clearly in my mind's eye.
I found the video. Hang on.
Oh, did you find the skin thing?
No, the one with the singing bass.
Oh. Man, I remember when those were everywhere and people thought they were the funniest things. Oh my god, did I ever tell you about the jingle jugs?
I think you did, but go ahead.
So that was something I received as a gag gift in college. They were a pair of boobs mounted like
You talking about
on the wall. It was like the ultimate trophy rack. And they had a cloth top that was removable and they were anatomically correct.
You can't. Okay, if you're gonna have something like that, you have to have like a wood paneled, ugly carpeted basement with like a dartboard and like a mini fridge full of like cheap beer.
Yeah,
You know?
well, that was the song they sang was a song called "Titties and Beer," and they jiggled and danced around. Listen, y'all, listen. I know how I come across in these streams, but even I have my limits. And that was one of them. So, like, I looked at this, and I was like, okay, I'm not keeping this. What am I to do with it? And, so I thought, and I'm like, okay, where did this come from? Because, like, the person who was giving these out had given out like a whole bunch of stripper-themed gag gifts at the same shindig. And I was like, he doesn't strike me as the kind of person who would go into a real adult store. And I'm like, he went to the mall, he went to Spencer's. That's where he got all of the gag gifts.
Yeah.
So I just walked into the Spencer's and I was like, hey, do you do exchanges without receipts? And they're like, of course we do. This is fucking Spencer's. What has been inflicted upon you? And I was like, these. And they're like, store credit, just find something that is of equal value. So I came out of there with a cane with a dragon handle. Because even back then, I had a thing about canes. I don't really need them, but I like their aesthetic.
Nice.
It's like, you know, Victorians with their walking sticks. You know how it is. You know what my aesthetic is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm to think about it. I think I had a thing about canes as a kid, too. I guess I've been into canes as long as I was able.
Oh, Rick, we just hit midnight.
Okay.
Or more accurately, midnight just hit us.
Right in the face.
As it often does. I'm gonna end up at Whataburger again, aren't I?
I don't know, are you?
I want to try tackling this from a different
I mean, it's open 24 hours. And it's so close that if I wanted to, I could walk it. I mean, it'd take a little bit, but I could.
Hmm.
And, I'd have to cross 4 lanes of traffic with no crosswalk. You know what? I'm not walking it.
All right. We got the big horse.
The big horse.
We got the horse. We got the horse. We got the horse.
So we also got the East Nakota map.
We did.
Next time, Akala, I guess?
Next time, stuff is going to happen.
Really,
Stuff
and
is
just
gonna
happen.
figure out how to get the rest of the towers. Stop letting things distract me.
Right on. Take
But
How
letting
else are you
things
going to have this
distract you
game
is
take
the-
100 hours if you don't get distracted every 5 feet?
I was going to say, getting distracted seems to be the name of this game. The Legend of Zelda, get distracted.
Alrighty.
5 out of 10 stream, not enough Raru. Look, you can go on certain websites to find all the Raru you want.
Yeah. I mean, that's what fandom is for.
Oh, I've been seeing some pretty good pictures of Raru here and there. Sent a few of them to Rick.
There was one where Stoker showed me one where he was like really like shiny and greased up, and I was like greased up Raw versus dehydrated Ganon. Anyway, all
Yeah, I
right.
think I showed that one to Rick too.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good night,
Good night, everybody.
Bye bye.
Remember, keep your Rarus well greased.